A shocking resignation. This morning, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner has less than 1 month to leave her office. Yesterday, she announced her resignation after a lengthy lawsuit with Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey. Gardner will leave office on June the 1st.
This morning, there are many questions left unanswered about the future of her office and who will replace her. Well, that's why we have team coverage this morning. Travis Cummings is live with reaction pouring in overnight from elected officials.
But first, we head out to our Alex Fees. He is live outside of Gardner's office with the next steps in moving forward. Alex?
Rennie and Mercedes, good morning. All eyes are on Missouri Governor Mike Parson this morning, as the governor is the one who is commissioned with replacing the circuit attorney in the case of a resignation. 5 on Your Side has learned from multiple sources familiar with the negotiations. Judge Michael Noble and criminal defense attorney Raphael Morris are in the running. Noble moved ahead with contempt proceedings against Gardner and a member of her staff just last week for not showing up for a trial. He has not canceled those proceedings. Noble is a West Point grad and a St. Louis University law alum. And Morris is a criminal defense attorney in St. Louis who spoke to 5 on Your Side after a judge had to call Gardner's office to see if anyone would be coming to one of the trials. Now, 5 on Your Side's legal analyst and veteran criminal defense attorney Scott Rosenblum says whoever replaces Gardner has a lot of work ahead of them.
Hopefully it's a very competent person, and I trust it will be, that they're going to go out and hire competent staff, hire veteran lawyers to start mentoring the younger people.
Now this morning we're learning part of the reason that Gardner is stepping down is to prevent the state legislature from passing a bill that would strip the office of its power. In a letter to the people of St. Louis, Gardner said, "The most powerful weapon I have to fight back against these outsiders stealing your voices and your rights is to step back." The man who spearheaded the lawsuit, Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, that lawsuit trying to remove Gardner from office, released this statement saying, "There is absolutely no reason for the circuit attorney to remain in office until June 1st. We remain undeterred with our legal quest to forcibly remove her from office. Every day, she remains puts the city of St. Louis in more danger." A new judge has been appointed in that case, so it remains to be seen whether any rulings will be issued. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, in our 6:30 half hour, we're going to hear from those potential candidates to replace her in the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's office. Live this morning downtown, Alex Fees, 5 on Your Side.
Thanks, Alex. This morning, elected leaders from across the state are reacting to Gardner's resignation, including Missouri Governor Mike Parson. He tweeted a statement quickly after Gardner announced her resignation, saying in part, his office understands the seriousness of the situation and will take appointing a replacement seriously. And St. Louis City Mayor Tashara Jones, who's been a longtime Gardner supporter, said in a tweet, Gardner overcame obstacles by becoming the first Black woman to lead the circuit attorney's office. The mayor is hopeful the governor will work with community leaders to find a suitable replacement. And this morning, faith in the justice system is fading following the fallout with the circuit attorney's office. Our team coverage continues with our Travis Cummings. And Travis, what do city leaders believe it'll take to move things forward?
Mercedes, good morning. You know, at the core of all of this, there are hundreds of case files stacked up in Gardner's office that a new lead prosecutor is going to have to get acquainted with. Now, leaders from across the state say it's going to take everyone coming together to get the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's office back on track, and that could take some time. Now, we've been talking to a bunch of people about this. When we talked to St. Louis 5th Ward Alderman Joe Vollmer, he said he believes Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner's resignation is the best outcome for everyone. He said he saw firsthand how the sharp decline in Gardner's office negatively affected St. Louisans. State Representative Peter Meredith also weighed in, saying he hopes a new staff will stop measures trying to put the prosecutor's office in the hands of the state.
St. Louis is strong. And I think that we can move on from this and try and figure out how to rebuild and make ourselves stronger. I think there's some good things that Kim Gardner's office did that we can build on. And there are some problems we can probably learn from. And my hope is whoever goes in there next and whoever runs for that office next really takes those lessons to heart in both directions.
When Missouri Governor Mike Parson appoints a new circuit attorney, that'll only last for about a year and a half. The voters, pending any legislation from now until then, will decide on a new lead prosecutor in 2024. Now, coming up at 6:30, the stain that this leaves on Kim Gardner's supporters. We're live downtown this morning. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Travis. Right now, let's take a look at the big moments of Gardner's career leading up to her resignation. St. Louisans elected Gardner back in 2016, and she took office in 2017. In 2018, she got a grand jury to indict then-Governor Eric Greitens on felony invasion of privacy charges. He resigned, and charges were eventually dropped. Also in 2018, she announced the exclusion list of nearly 30 police officers and would no longer accept cases from those officers. St. Louis reelected her in the year 2020. She became the first black female circuit attorney in the city of St. Louis. But her time wasn't all controversial. Gardner's most notable achievement was working to vacate the wrongful murder conviction of Lamar Johnson. He spent 28 years in prison and walked away a free man in February. Our coverage of Kim Gardner's resignation continues on KCK.com and on the 5+ app. There you can read more reactions from local leaders, supporters, and our legal analysts.